A Christian mom of three was just exposed for running a sex dungeon for a Wall Street billionaire, and the details are even darker than you can imagine. Jennifer Powers, a former bottle girl who touted her Christian values online, was the personal assistant to ex-financier Howard Rubin. She presented herself as a protector of other women, a Southern belle who loved Jesus. But while she was posting pictures of her family at church, she was allegedly sex trafficking Playboy models for Rubin's BDSM dungeon. The feds say Rubin funneled her $9 million, paying for her lavish lifestyle. But this wasn't just about the money. It was about the hypocrisy. Now Powers and her husband are facing tax fraud charges on top of it all. It's a story of greed, deception, and the dark reality hiding behind a mask of Christian family values. A perfect symbol of Wall Street's depravity.
Uncle Jesse just went nuclear on Aunt Becky's husband. John Stamos called Lori Loughlin's ex Massimo a terrible narcissist and asshole. He says Massimo masterminded college scandal while Lori took the fall. She went to prison for him after years of putting up with his crap. Then she found cheating texts on his phone. Hollywood betrayal at its finest.
A tech billionaire thinks chocolate is a global scam. Dylan Field from Figma says we were all brainwashed into liking it. He gets Truman Show vibes when people say they enjoy it. That's serious. People question his sanity. The man built a billion-dollar company, but thinks the world lies about candy. The line between Silicon Valley genius and madness is terrifyingly thin.
A Malibu millionaire was just sentenced to 15 years in prison for a massive investment scam. But there's one big problem. He's on the run. Bernhard Frisch, a 64-year-old socialite, was convicted of wire fraud for conning investors out of over $20 million. He created a fake company called Star Club and used his Malibu connections to lure in wealthy victims, promising them huge returns. One victim alone lost over $20 million. But just before his sentencing, Frisch vanished. He's now a fugitive, sentenced in absentia, leaving his victims with no justice and no money. This isn't just a story about a rich guy scamming other rich people. It's a story about the complete failure of our justice system. A system where a wealthy, white-collar criminal can steal millions, get caught, and then simply disappear before facing any consequences. It's a perfect example of how the rich play by a different set of rules.
Kristen Bell joked about not killing her husband for their anniversary. The internet exploded. Tone deaf, they said. October is domestic violence month, they screamed, even Dateline weighed in. One funny post about marriage turned into public execution. The comments are all war zone. Celebrity culture is now a minefield. One wrong step and you're cancelled. We demand perfection, then feast on their mistakes.
The New York City mayoral race is being rigged, and the billionaires are doing it right out in the open. The Democratic and Republican nominees have actually united to condemn what they're calling billionaire election interference. John Katzimatidis, the billionaire owner of WABC Radio, is publicly pressuring the Republican candidate, Curtis Sliwa, to drop out of the race. He's afraid Sliwa will split the vote, allowing the more progressive Democrat to win. This isn't about democracy. It's about a handful of wealthy elites trying to handpick the leader of the most powerful city in the world. But this isn't just a New York problem. It's a perfect example of how our entire political system is controlled by money. It's a story about the death of democracy, a system where your vote doesn't matter as much as a billionaire's checkbook. And the illusion of choice is just that, an illusion.
People are getting fired for making jokes about a conservative influencer, and it's a terrifying sign of where we're headed. After a series of online posts about the assassination of Turning Point USA's Charlie Kirk, several people have lost their jobs. The posts were clearly satirical, part of the dark humor that defines internet culture. But in today's hyper-polarized world, there's no room for nuance. The line between a joke and a threat has been completely erased. But this isn't just about cancel culture. It's about the weaponization of social media, where a person's entire livelihood can be destroyed over a single misinterpreted post. It's a story about the death of free speech, a world where corporations and online mobs have more power than the First Amendment. It's a chilling reminder that in the digital age, we are all just one post away from being canceled.
The creator economy is eating itself alive, and it's turning into a giant casino. Millions of new meme coins are being launched every day with influencers on TikTok and Twitter promising their followers 100x returns. They're using live streams, pranks, and stunts to pump up the value of worthless tokens only to dump them on their unsuspecting fans. A handful of these influencers have become the faces of this new pump and dump economy, making millions while their followers lose everything. But this isn't just about a few bad actors. It's about the complete implosion of the creator economy. The dream of making a living by creating content has been replaced by a nightmare of scams and manipulation. It's a story about the dark side of influence, a world where social media has become a weapon for financial fraud, and the creator economy is nothing more than a get-rich-quick scheme for the morally bankrupt.